It's me, Kat Steele, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am heading out the door to the theater. I'm gonna go see a musical, and I thought it would be fun to get ready together. If you're new here, again, hi, my name is Kat. I really like musicals. This is my musical theater internet cult. If you're new here, hit subscribe to join the cult. Full disclosure, we are definitely a cult. Anywho, let's jump on into the get ready with me because I have, oh my gosh, I am running almost an hour late, so let's go ahead and jump on into the video. Vlog channel subscribers get the meme, but it's also not a meme. I'm also running like almost an hour late, so
hello everyone, good morning. Here is my naked face. Ooh, naked face.
Demonetize.
I'm just sitting here drinking my morning cup of coffee, and I thought it would be fun to hang out with you guys. We can discuss some Broadway news, we can talk about some life updates, and we can also hit some brand new breaking YouTube news because I just got a super weird email from YouTube, and I'm not thrilled about it. Before we jump on into that, let's go ahead and prime our face using the Glossier Priming Moisturizer. So I'm not sure how much of this story is going to be like widely known to the public versus creators, but in case you haven't seen it, YouTube is changing what their verified tick is going to look like on YouTube. Instead of having a check mark or a music note apparently for music accounts, because I guess that was a thing, they're now going to do like a weird gray background, which is fine, whatever. The part that I don't think is great is the fact that they have decided to unverify anyone who isn't a celebrity, big brand, or has a substantial following, whatever that means. Interrupting my little mini YouTube rant to apply some glossierbalm.com, which honestly sounds like something I do in my day-to-day life. So the way it's always been on YouTube is that once you hit 100,000 subscribers, you become a silver level creator. That means that they send you the really cool YouTube plaque, and you can apply to have your channel verified, because once you hit 100K, you're effectively a business. Like, you're probably creating multiple videos a week, you are putting a lot of effort into your channel, and you're at risk for your channel to be impersonated. Gonna put on the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the shade Fix. I now realize how difficult it is to explain the situation while also putting on my makeup, so thank you for bearing with me. Verification is really important on a number of levels. First off, I've had my content stolen by other sites and stuff. Like, they've just stolen the videos and claimed them as their own and not given me credit and made money off of my work. It also helps prevent impersonation on YouTube itself. My little verified checkmark helps you know it's me or maybe not me. It's also a helpful tool for creators to help to get to know each other, because when we get a comment on a video from another verified channel, we actually get a separate notification for that. That's how a lot of creators network and make YouTube friends. But now, YouTube has decided to de-verify anyone who isn't a brand or like a late night talk show host, or just randomly if YouTube decides to keep you verified. I'm gonna go ahead and set that primer with some loose powder by Dermablend. Anywho, I mention all of this not just because I'm frustrated and I got the email literally as I was sitting down to record this, but so that when I get de-verified, y'all still know it's me and it's not an imposter account or something happened to me or whatever. It's still the same channel. I might try to appeal the de-verification process with YouTube because I might have some claim to that, but we'll see how well that goes. It's just a really interesting move on YouTube's part. They keep saying how much they care about their creators and they value us and that it's cool that celebrities are here, but we care about the creators. Really doesn't seem that way, so not a cool move, YouTube. Anyway, I'm going to take this neutral brown eyeshadow Cork by MAC. I'm going to take a big ol' sip of coffee, and I'm gonna let Sondheim take the wheel. I'm gonna put that on a big ol' fluffy brush and get that basically all over my entire eyelid, kind of focusing it more in the crease, and then I'm going to go in with a smaller, more precise brush to deepen up that crease. When I swap brushes, I'm also going to take a little bit of Celebration by Morphe. It's this gorgeous dusty mauve matte shade, just to kind of make the look a little more romantic and a little more flirty. In other personal news, my studio renovations are underway, and so far, so great. We hung up some posters and some playbills, and the space is really starting to come together. We moved around some furniture. I think we're going to start painting and buying some new pieces in a little bit. I am so pumped. I love home renovation and makeovers and decor and that whole world, and I'll definitely be trying to document as much of this as possible over on my vlog channel, so if you're not subscribed to my vlog channel, definitely subscribe. Also, I'm vlogging tonight. I am so excited. The Pasadena Playhouse invited me to their brand new production of Little Shop of Horrors, and the cast is like a stellar Broadway all-star cast. You've We've got George Salazar, MJ Rodriguez, Kevin Chamberlain, Amber Riley. I am so pumped. So definitely keep an eye out for that vlog on my second channel. I am so excited to see what they're gonna do with this material. I love Little Shop of Horrors. Honestly, I love anything that like gets me into the holiday spirit, especially like campy horror fun stuff like this. I am so ready for Halloween and fall. It is still really hot here in Los Angeles. It's like 85 degrees right now. I would really love for it to be sweater weather. Yes, please and thank you. I've definitely got some Halloween videos planned for this season, so hit me up if you have any requests in the comments down below. I am so ready to get all spoopy up in here. Also, makeup wise, I don't know if you guys can see, but I've been kind of focusing the shadow there in the outer third of my eye, kind of creating a wing with my shadow. Whenever I do a smoky eye, I like to do this shape because I just find it really flattering on my face type and eye shape. To help sharpen up that eyeshadow shape, I'm going to go in with Orb by MAC. It's this matte pale pink shadow, and I'm going to put that right below my eyebrow. And that's going to help to open up the eye, bring some brightness in, and also offer a contrast to the smoky shape. Now I'm going to go in with this light pinky champagne shade called Sin by Urban Decay. If you guys have ever had the original Naked palette, that's where you would recognize it from. It's one of my favorite lid shades of all time, and I'm going to pack it all over the lid. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of Smashbox priming water spray mist thing to kind of foil the eyeshadow a little bit. It's the same effect if you were to take like MAC Fix Plus or any other kind of spray liquid to help make that eyeshadow pop. ASMR. Real quick, I'm going to pop on the Kat Von D Tattoo Liquid Liner in the shade Trooper. It is so well loved that the logo has almost completely rubbed off. I'm also going to pop on the Rodeo Lashes by Morphe. For my hair, I definitely sprayed it with some spray mousse and heat protectant, and I'm just going to curl it in little sections, alternating away from my face, toward my face. I just want it to look natural, beachy, give it some volume. If you don't have the InStyler, you can just use any kind of larger barrel curling iron to get the same effect. Someone gave me the InStyler when I was in like middle school after a show. It was so funny and weird. All of my family friends were giving me flowers, and then one person was just like, here's a curling iron. So that's how I ended up with the InStyler somehow, and I actually love it. I use it pretty frequently. Let's speed this up a little bit and talk about some Broadway news. I don't know if you guys have been following the story with Colleen Ballinger, aka Miranda Sings. She just made her Broadway debut in Waitress as Dawn. She actually just finished her limited run, and earlier this week she uploaded a video all about her stage dooring experience over at Waitress and how hectic it's been and some of the crazy stuff that's been going on. If you're not familiar, stage dooring is when you wait by the door of the theater itself and you wait for the artists to come out after the show. Sometimes you can get an autograph, you can take photos. It's like a little meet and greet, but it is not guaranteed. It's not like included in your ticket price. It's just if the artists want to stop and say hi. In her video, Colleen talks about the stage door getting really crazy. People yelling, shoving, one woman even cursing at her because Colleen didn't want to sign her Miranda merch. Colleen makes a point of signing all of the Waitress playbills first. According to Colleen, she feels like the vast majority of the people at the stage door who are there to see her didn't see the show. You know, Colleen's background is in YouTube, so her meet and greets have always been monetized. Like, if you want to meet her, you buy a ticket to VidCon or Playlist or whatever, and a lot of people who aren't necessarily Broadway fans and they just want to get their Miranda merch signed are showing up at the stage door and taking this as a free meet and greet. So here's my question to you guys, because I have a weird ethical dilemma. Do you think it's wrong to stage door a show you haven't seen? Like, I remember seeing the revival of A Little Night Music, and it was Bernadette Peters' grand return to Broadway, and that stage door would get flooded from other shows every night, but everyone was super respectful and just really excited to see Bernadette walking around. It didn't really make it any crazier. So I didn't really see anything wrong with that at that time, but of course since then, the fandom and fandom culture has changed significantly. Like, I wonder how many people at the Waitress stage door who didn't see the show totally could have afforded a ticket and were totally in town long enough to see the show. How many of them are just there to get their merch signed and resell it for a higher markup because it has Colleen's autograph? And the whole situation is even more sleazy to me because Waitress is closing. Like, they could have really benefited from those additional ticket sales. They are struggling, and I wonder if boosted ticket sales could have saved the show. So it kind of bothers me that a lot of people seemingly are taking advantage of a show that that is not in a great place financially. So I would love to hear your opinion on this situation. Do you think it's wrong to stage door a show that you didn't see? Does your answer change depending on the circumstance of the situation, like the intention under which you are stage dooring or your own personal financial situation? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna go ahead and take the top section of my hair, leaving my bangs out, and I'm going to tease that, braid it, and do a little half up, half down do. The other part of the Colleen controversy issue, whatever you want to call it, I wanted to address was a part in her video where she talks about it being really unrelatable, the circumstance that she's going through. And I totally agree that, like, to the average viewer, it's unrelatable, but the problem is that it's not. Like, this happens anytime a big name comes to Broadway, whether it be a mainstream celebrity or a Broadway celebrity who just becomes too famous. Like, think about that terrible stage door situation over at Kinky Boots when Panic at the Disco frontman Brendan Urie made his Broadway debut, or when Ben Platt gained mainstream success through Dear Evan Hansen and people at the stage door, and because of stage dooring situations, were calling him garbage. I made a whole video on that when that story broke, which was just horrible to read and so obnoxious. So clearly, this is a recurring problem. What can we do as members of the Broadway community to help stop this? Like, just tweeting people after the fact and saying, "You were great, thank you so much for a great performance, sorry someone called you garbage." I feel like that's not enough. Are we the ones to help fix this? Do you think the theaters should start posting stage dooring rules outside of the entrance? Because honestly, that might kind of help. Do you think security needs to be amped up? Do you think regulations need to be better enforced? Or do you think stage dooring just needs to go away altogether? I really hope not, because I personally love stage dooring. It's one of my favorite things to do in New York. But if it's at the cost of some of my favorite artists getting verbally harassed on a daily basis, maybe it's not worth it. I don't know what the right answer is, and I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. How do we help stop this crazy epidemic of wild stage doors? Also, I don't know if I emphasized this earlier in the conversation, but I'm positive that everyone watching this video isn't part of the problem at all. We're just part of the solution. Like, 99% of the people at most stage doors are so sweet and so considerate and just lovely to me. So how do we help fix this problem? For foundation, I'm going in with Naked Skin by Urban Decay. They actually just reformulated this, so I used to be shade 1.0. Not entirely sure what my new shade is. I believe the one I bought was like 300 neutral something. I haven't tested it out, so I don't know if it'll match me, but hopefully it does. Concealer is Maybelline Fit Me in shade 10 Fair. Blush is Flirt It Up by the Sephora collection. Brows are, of course, Boy Brow by Glossier, but now I'm using it in the shade Blonde, and I love it so much. It just kind of gently softens up my color so I can make them a little bit thicker without being too aggressive. As always, discount link in the description down below. You guys save money on Glossier, and it directly helps support the geeky content that I make here on the internet. Bottom mascara is Lash Slick by Glossier. I actually don't like using this as my top mascara, just my bottom, because it has a very skinny wand and it also really separates your lashes, which is a look I really like for my bottoms. Highlight is Mary Luminizer by The Balm, and I'm also adding a little dab right there on my nose because I think it's really cute to add a little bit of nose highlight. Okie dokie, so I went ahead and put some baby's breath in my hair because life is too short to not wear flowers if you want to wear flowers. I also put on these little earrings. I think I got them from Charming Charlie a really long time ago, but I don't know. Anywho, for lipstick, I'm going to finish this up with Cake, the Generation G lipstick by Glossier. It is my everyday shade. I love it so much. Let's try it right now. Ooh, that looks good because I don't want the lip to be too overwhelming since I'm so like pastel-y and flower child-y. So this look is totally out of my comfort zone. I think I need to bring this down maybe a little bit. I'll finagle with it in the car. Update, I did end up changing my hair. This is what I ended up doing, just a whole bunch of flowers on one side. But I hope you guys had fun getting ready with me for Little Shop of Horrors. If you're new here, hit subscribe to join the Theater Thursday fam. We'd love to have you. I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you so, so much. Break a leg, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!